I'd like to welcome everybody to the regular town board meeting, November 23rd, 2020 at 6 p.m. I'd ask everybody to please turn off cell phones or electronic devices. Assisted listening devices are available for the hearing impaired. I'd ask everybody to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Ask for a moment of silent reflection, please. Thank you very much. John Jacoby will not be here tonight. He's been excused. So moving forward, agenda approval. I have one item under finance to add for old phones. That'll be under Jackie and Mel.
I'd like to add an item in regards to a petition that we received.
What was that, Bill? I'm sorry?
A petition about solar projects that we received.
And I have a resolution to suggest.
Okay. Anything else?
Make a motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
We have a motion second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Resident statements. I have nobody that signed up for any residents wishing to address the board. Would anybody like to speak? Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Well,
Come on up to the mic. Just state your name.
Yes, my name is Leandra Scott.
Leandra Scott.
I'm a resident. I live on Big Vista.
Okay.
I just wanted to come to request to see if we can get more street lights out there. Cause it's like really, really dark. It's only 2 street lights. And after like 11 o'clock, it's like pitch black. And that's my daughter back there in the wheelchair. And I just feel like, you know, we have deers and, foxes and coyotes, and I feel like it's really unsafe if I ever have to go outside, you know, not just me or anybody, you know, and it's pitch black like that. So I was wondering if we could just get a few more street lights out there if possible.
Well, we have kind of a policy for streetlights. It's intersections, dangerous curves, intersections, and
Cul-de-sacs.
yeah. So there was only one up there.
Yeah.
And we put a second one in at Big Vista and Little Vista, where that little stub road is.
Yeah.
We put that in there probably a year or 2 ago.
About a year ago.
Yeah. So, and I believe the town paid for that one. I think because it's still in developing.
It qualified because of the intersection.
Right. Right.
What some of the neighborhoods have done in different neighborhoods is that they get together and they agree to leave some lights on the end of their driveway. And that's something when you're walking around the neighborhood, you can talk to your neighbors and make that suggestion, because the town will not be putting additional street lights up.
Now, the developer could.
The developer could.
Who's still developing Big Vista and Little Vista.
Yeah.
And I know it's a small little community, so there's not a lot, I know there's not a lot of lights up there. I've driven up there, so.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so who is the developer up there? Luciana. So I would respond to him as well, and there's other communities that do a streetlight district, and they put streetlights out, and then they pay for it. So, but as far as the town's plan, the streetlights are there that are gonna be there as far as the town.
Okay, all right. So
Have you spoken to any of your neighbors?
Yes, I talked to the neighbor across the street, and I know she's the one that said the reason why the second one came is because she had, you know, complained, you know, because it's so dark when her kids get out for school. So I did speak with her, and I said, oh, okay, so I go to the town hall, and she said, yeah, just go down there and try to request.
I think that's the reason why we put the second one in, is basically in reaction to that.
Yeah, technically it wasn't an intersection at the time, but because of Stub Road, there's plans, future plans, we put there for an intersection. And I think there's only one other one at the other intersection.
My thought would be is if you work in conjunction with your neighbors and maybe get everybody together not necessarily with a petition to the town, because the town has a certain policy that it has to follow. But maybe, as Mr. Guyman was suggesting, is come together with some sort of a homeowner society or a cooperative, if you will, to take that on yourself and then hopefully improve the situation.
Okay, but we will present that to the.
I would talk to your developer.
Talk to the developer and maybe some of your neighbors to see what else that can be done.
Okay.
Yeah, and you could call me, during the day, and if leave a message, and I'll get back in touch with you and help you kind of steer you where you need to go.
Okay, what is your name?
It's Steve Broderick.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and it's the supervisors, and it's we have a website. The phone number's on there, and you can call. So if you want to give me a call next week, with the holiday being Thursday and close Thursday, Friday, we could talk some more.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Okay, Leandra, thank you. Any other residents wish to speak?
I'm Thomas Smith. I've been here a bunch of times. The chief here is, committed crimes that are provable. And every time I come down here, call something out, something happens. Like the last time, charged with threatening someone with a gun at the gas station down there. But I had to videotape it to prove that it never happened. Another big setup. Your buddy, Terry Rutland, does your driveway in the winters.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody does my driveways during the winter. I do.
Well,
Yeah.
Terry did.
No, Terry doesn't do my driveways.
Well, he did the one time.
Yeah, he doesn't
The one
do my
time. Well,
driveways.
there's a nice picture of you two out front there anyway.
He doesn't
Same
do
guy
that.
that set me up twice before that.
Tom, we're not going to sit here and make
No,
these
we are, because I
accusations.
get
No,
too
we
much to
aren't.
speak. I get
No,
too much
we
to
aren't.
speak. Yes,
No,
we are.
no.
Too
We're
much
not
to
going to
speak.
sit here.
This is freedom of
No,
speech.
no.
Did you
I tell
stand
you what,
for the pledge? Because if you did, you're a hypocrite. Because you're cutting me
we're
off.
done. No, we're not going to get into these accusations.
They're
in
not
a town board
accusations,
meeting.
and I can. I get 2 minutes
Well,
to speak
no.
uninterrupted.
No.
And you keep
don't.
interrupting me, so I
You
get 2
don't.
minutes again.
No, you
Start.
don't.
Yes.
Put your mask on, too. Put your mask on.
Where's your mask?
Put your mask on.
Where's your mask?
It's right here, but I'm 6 feet away. You're not 6 feet away from people.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay? If you want to speak, you can speak. If you're going to start making false
They're
accusations,
not false accusations.
we're not going to listen to
100%.
you.
I'm not even
We're
asking
not
for the
gonna
Ron
listen to
Winter
you.
treatment.
We're
I'm
not
just
gonna listen to
asking
you.
not to be messed with, and my family messed with. I had Brandon Hall try to fight me at that same gas station a month ago. It's on his body cam.
Now,
that.
hold on. You got arrested for the incident, correct?
Yes.
Okay, did you go to court?
We went to court.
Okay, that's where it plays out.
That's
it
where
doesn't
it
play
played
out here
out.
at
I
town
brought
hall.
the video in, and it never happened.
It doesn't
and was
play out here at
dismissed
town
with
hall.
prejudice.
Okay.
With prejudice.
We're done.
Don't tell me it was not
We're-
all set up through here,
Tom,
so you can try to
we're-
get leverage on your other stuff.
We're done, Tom.
No, we're not done.
Yes, we are done.
You might be done.
No, you're done.
You've
You're
never
done.
given me 2 minutes of
No.
uninterrupted talking.
If you don't leave, you're
You
going to be
don't-
escorted out of here.
You can arrest me for
If you
disorderly
don't, no.
conduct.
If you don't leave,
And
you're going
then
to be
that'll end up in
escorted
court,
out of here.
too.
If you don't leave, you're going to be escorted out of here. Okay?
Well, I think that I'm going to sit right here.
Well, you can sit there, but you're done. And 6 feet away from somebody, please. We're trying to space everybody
All
out.
lies. You should all resign.
Yeah. Good,
Years
good
and
night,
years this
Tom.
goes on.
Good
How
night,
long is it
Tom.
gonna go on?
Good night, Tom. Good night.
I'll be back for the next meeting.
Well,
We're talking about
okay.
the same stuff.
Good night, Tom.
You can't shut down the truth.
Good night, Tom.
My father served this country for 40 years. What did your dad do? He served himself.
Good night, Tom. Sorry about that. We're not going to sit here. People are allowed to speak. We're not going to sit here for false accusations and start threatening people and going on about people. So, sorry. Anybody else like to speak? Quiet? Okay, moving forward. Department head statements. Chief, anything?
The new building, we should be in, talking to Jeff, they're going to start digging soon. So I'm not gonna transfer anything over yet. We do have equipment in there, but the cars, I'm not gonna transfer until they're done with whatever they have to do down there.
Okay. Donna? Jackie, you're on the agenda. Dan Zano, anything?
No.
Water project good?
Everything's good.
They got, I saw them on 104 by the country club. Are they underneath the road?
They are, yes. They're
Okay.
right there.
Good. Jeff Ritter?
I would like board approval for the supervisor to sign the 2021 sewer use agreement. It has been looked over by Attorney Seaman and should be ready to go.
So moved.
It's the same agreement as you've signed in many years past with just a slight adjustment on numbers.
Yes.
Other than that, the form of the agreement's the same.
Okay, we have a motion, we have a second?
Second.
A motion, a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Melinda Olick.
Yes, I'm gonna give a rundown of what we've been doing so far at the senior center. Things were still running and hopefully will continue until we choose, if we need to close for safety's sake. I thought, like I said last month, I would just give a rundown of how many participants are coming in. We had 429 people come in for lunch. That includes 40 that came in for a nice holiday, Halloween celebration. We had 118 people come in for bingo, 38 for Tai Chi, 52 for yoga, 11 quilters, 15 wood carvers. We provided medical transportation to 30 seniors, and we provided lunch van transportation to 72 seniors. So that's our numbers. So
Wonderful.
we're still going strong. Yeah, going good.
Yeah, I talked to Melinda last week about, the big question mark, what's gonna happen, and we're gonna, as long as the county is still, willing to serve lunches, we're gonna continue, but we're definitely keeping an eye on our seniors, so it's, hopefully we can keep it going for as long as we can, but I think we all see the writing on the wall.
Yeah, and I prefer to close down while it's safe to, rather than closing down because we have to.
Yeah.
I think the first thing you're gonna encounter is gonna be a limitation on the number of participants before they close you down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta keep an eye on it.
Yeah, thank you, Melinda.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mike Dashiell.
We have old business on the agenda?
Okay. And Assessor Linda Johnson, was she supposed to be here? I got the letter she's got, but I thought she was gonna be here.
Just is asking for us to approve this group again.
Yeah, so, she's asking us to make a motion to, approve Tom Deal for a term on the Assessment Review Board. It expired September 30th. He's a state certified member of the board and has been a competent member. If the board wishes to reappoint Mr. Deal for another term, it should be for that period, October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2025. You ready? Yep.
Move to reappoint Mr. Thomas Deal on the Assessment Review Board appointment. His term will be October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. And this letter, Linda spoke to me about this letter they wrote to Governor Cuomo, and I'll read it real quick. It's under the real property tax law, local governments and public school districts have the option of granting a reduction in the amount of property taxes paid by qualifying senior citizens and persons with disabilities. In order to receive this benefit, eligible property owners must file an annual renewal application in their local assessor's office. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I am writing to respectfully request that you sign an executive order suspending the renewal requirement for seniors and people with disabilities for 1 year. Doing so will help ensure the safety of these citizens who are considered at higher risk of severe illness from COVID-19. I'm aware that New York State Assessors Association sent you a letter dated October 29th requesting this change. Time is of the essence of this situation because assessors send the renewal paperwork to these groups on January 1st. And that would to prevent having seniors coming into the building they come in for quite a few days, and it's appointments one after another. So again, trying to keep the seniors safe. So hopefully, she's just making us aware of it. Hopefully the governor does. I mean, he definitely seems to be on top of this COVID-19, so hopefully he sees some merit to this letter. So I don't think we need to do anything, resolution or anything, but she just wanted to make us aware. So, approval of the meeting minutes, November 9th work session.
Move for approval as printed.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Audit payment, Councilman Myers.
Move to approve the regular abstract of claims number 20-01363 to 20-01236, and recommend the payment in the amount of, is a big one, $1,916,154.82, and a post audit of $9,257.26.
Second.
We have a motion, a second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Thank you very much. Pending old business. Mike, dash it out. The Verizon Fleet Services contract.
I put the contract up with your packets. Same thing we talked about last meeting, we took a look at saving some money on that GPS unit. That's the prices we got. We're going from 5 units to 3 because we only have 3 vehicles in use right now. We can add on to that contract as we go. So I'm asking the town board to approve the supervisor to sign that contract, which is a 1-year commitment, then after that goes month to month.
Move for approval as presented.
Second?
A motion, a second, any questions?
Included to direct the supervisor to sign said agreement.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried.
Same thing, snow blower purchase, I need the state bid contract on that one. I worked with Dave Train to see what his needs were on that. And you see it in front of you.
The question I had, you took out the cab on it. You don't want the cab now?
Right now, the cab's a little expensive, just we looked at a couple different websites. The cab that John Deere was offering us was aftermarket anyway.
Okay.
So maybe next meeting we'll come back with a different style cab. That one was double the price of the blower itself. And just talking to my guys too, a cab isn't 100% necessary at this point, but for right now, the snow blower is the priority. I think we can find a cab a little bit cheaper.
And this is the correct size, I think the last one.
Yes,
52
yeah, that was
inches.
47 inches, which would take care of any of the pathways, sidewalks, and trails that we have.
Very good.
Okay.
Move to approve the purchase of the John Deere 47-inch quick hatch snow blower under the state bid contract for $3,462.76.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I asked Jackie to take a look at which equipment line she thought it was best suited to come out of. I don't know if you.
It can either be charged to recreation or parks at this point. Both of those equipment budgets could handle this cost.
Okay. So we have a motion and a second?
Okay, I would recommend parks rather than recreation for snow blower. Just a recommendation.
Yes, I agree. And if they both can handle it, that's why I would take it out. So we have a motion and a second. Any more questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried.
That's it.
Thank you.
New business. Town residents, correspondence? Nothing? Supervisor Broderick, liaison report, legal. Tom, did you have anything?
No, Supervisor.
Engineering, Bob?
Yes, Supervisor, I would just ask if the town board has any comments to the Park Road drawings we gave out at the last meeting.
Nothing specifically.
Yeah, I'm good with it.
I spoke to Bob earlier about my concern, making sure there's enough of a slope for the small children's sledding area.
Mhm.
And I repeat, small children's sledding area, not a toboggan run.
Right to the river.
And older folks sledding area too.
Yeah. Jason, anything for Bob? Okay.
So is it then okay, so as the town board would, if they would, okay, if you could approve that alignment, that will allow us to finalize the design and have Dave Train begin the road at his convenience, weather dependent.
I would love to say move for approval of this.
Second.
Motion and second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Thanks, it's good, I'm good to go, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Finance, Jackie Agnello.
We received a budget revision, excuse me, for the fire inspection department. I ask for your approval on that tonight.
Move for approval as presented.
With motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Carried.
I'd also like to ask the board to declare the old phone, from our old system obsolete. Our new phone system is up and running, and we can, the phone company that installed the new one says the old ones are no good, and to maybe try to possibly do an electronic recycling. And we have that, possibility coming up this week. So if the board could approve to declare those obsolete, we can recycle those.
And we have 2 or 3 boxes of old phones. We replaced all the phones.
There's no chance of putting it on auctions international.
No, they're 25, 30 years old, I believe, and most of them don't, you know, that's why we had to get new phones. Some of the lines don't even work on, they're worthless. So.
Move to declare the, old phones obsolete and excessive and to be discarded.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Guyman.
The only thing I wanted to say is we received a group of petitions in regards to neighbors being concerned about another solar project on Moore Road, even though there is no application, but they have heard things through the grapevine, and they just wanted to make sure that we were aware of their concerns. Received and filed.
Thank you. Councilman Bax.
I have 2 requests for reimbursement for a portion of the water bill. First is from Kevin and Janine Miller of 744 Curtis Court. The request is for a partial refund due to a pool liner. Information and documentation has been provided to Mr. Ritter, and he approves a refund in the amount of $85.08, and I would so move.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried.
The second request originally in our packet was denied because there wasn't enough proof or proof provided by the homeowner. This is from Gary Siddall of 4005 Calkins Road. Subsequent to the packets being provided, Mr. Ritter's provided me with an update that the documentation has been provided to his office, and now it does comply with our policy. So I would make a motion to refund the amount of $89.72 to Gary Siddall of 4005 Calkins Road.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carried.
And then I have my last addition, which is a proposed resolution that I can either read it to the record or to have as stated. It's up to the board's pleasure. But it involves the comment period for the Niagara Falls, the cleanup, the remediation of the Niagara Falls storage site. And I'd be happy to read it into the record if you'd like.
I would move for approval as printed and presented.
Second.
Motion is second, any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And again, just for the board's knowledge, this should be sent to the Niagara County Legislature, New York State Assembly and Senate, offices representing the town of Lewiston, the U.S. Congress and Senate, and also a copy sent to the Department of Energy, Director of Legacy Management. Thank you.
Jerry, my copy's here if you would like it.
Great, I'll pick it up in a bit. Thank you.
I know when Chris Jacobs came to my office to talk to me, probably a month ago, it was a big topic, and he was aware it's going on, so.
I did get a response for my 2 questions that I asked after the web seminar. Transportation routes have yet to be determined, and who will own the land at the end is yet to be determined.
Yeah, I know, I think the Department of Energy has 2 years, they take it over from the Army Corps for 2 years to monitor it, and then they said the possibility could be municipal or sold to individual property, or, you know, that type of thing, so.
There's a number of options.
Yeah, okay. Councilman Myers, anything?
I just want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody, and I think during the holiday season, important for everyone to remember the small businesses and restaurants in our town going through a tough time.
Absolutely, absolutely. I know there's a lot of traffic on Military and Niagara Falls Boulevard because a lot of Erie County people are coming here. So hopefully the spread.
Well, I understand our local residents are gonna start curbside pickup again.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely spiking, there's no question about it. Resident statements. Would anybody like to speak? Okay. Upcoming boards, commission meetings, town hall is closed this, Thursday and Friday, the 26th and 27th for the Thanksgiving holiday. Historic preservation is December 8th at 6 p.m. Environmental Commission is December 8th at 7 p.m. Zoning Board of Appeals is December 10th at 6:30 p.m. Town Board work session is December 14th at 6 p.m. Planning Board is December 17th at 6:30 p.m.
Move for adjournment.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Okay.